We have gone the distance. IG are being pushed to the brink. It is Game 5 here in the semifinal of the Seed 3 Gauntlet. We are back on the desk, and we're going to talk about this next game because this is it. No more mistakes, no more second chances. You win or you lose. IG, they're going to be feeling the pressure a little bit. You got to say it. You're reigning world champions, and there's really a lot on the line for you guys.
Yeah, I got a hard reset here, so as you take this one, got to think about this final prediction a little bit more.
I'm not letting you predict because you're going to curse the team.
No, I'm predicting. These teams are just going to have to take it.
You can predict that everyone has fun.
Which side?
So IG have chosen blue side.
Blue side.
They are blue side for this game. There are no substitutions, like you said, as far as I'm aware from my production have told me. What do IG need now in this game? What do you want them to prioritize coming into this pick ban?
I just want them to not, like, either get rid of the Olaf, either get rid of the Karma, one of the two. I would probably choose the Karma because it can be paired with more champions. So I would want to get rid of the Karma and look for the Kai'Sa. Maybe it's banned.
Yeah.
Then Akali, and else, if you have more options, you can get rid of both Olaf, so you can still look for Sejuani plus X, which can be Aatrox, Irelia, whatever.
I agree. I think the Karma has to go. Because we already saw in Game 1 that it has to. It must leave.
How confident?
He has played Karma 4 games in a row. And at the same time, as we already mentioned, if the Olaf is not in the equation, the Kindred pick has already been shown in Game 1. So I really want to see it. My prediction, I think JDG takes it.
JDG take it.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm going to need it. Need it quick.
I'll go IG, I'll go IG.
You're going to go IG, yeah. Right? We have a split desk, and we're not going to make you guys wait any longer. We're going to send it back over to our casters for the 5th and final time today.
Raz, you are one hell of a flip-flopper. Let me tell you one thing. That man, he never has any stability.
Congratulations, IG, then, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Raz has cursed it before. Raz cursed it last game. And we're going to see what happens because we're into a Game 5. They got their silver scrapes. I gave you the new track and Bring the Pressure. And we go into pick and ban with a bit of extra music I picked as well. You can feel it. You can feel that JDG and IG, to go to Worlds as the 3rd seed, when it comes down to this, the pressure's in the air.
The tension's building up, and IG are going to take away the Karma, just like Soaz was speculating here. Now the big power picks left on the table will be that Kai'Sa and Akali. Last time, however, we did see IG on blue side, first pick for Leyan, and just take away this Sejuani instead.
Comes down to this last ban though, Clement, because look at what's been taken away. The Yuumi by IG, Sylas as well, Karma this time around. Tahm Kench is their priority, meaning the Akali, the Sejuani, things we know are still available, but they take away the Kai'Sa away from him.
Yeah, I will say that playing the Kai'Sa is not as important for JD Gaming as compared to IG. The weak side Kai'Sa gives you a lot of late game momentum, while JD Gaming are just looking to dominate and leave lane early game anyway, so they're going to be happy with this trade. They're going to take away the Lucian, and like we saw previous on, there could be the Braum coming in.
True.
There could be very strong other picks coming in.
Well, we do get the Jace though, this time around. Probably for Yagao.
Yes. Yagao is, I would say, one of the top 3 Jaces in the league right now. It's his 2nd most played champion this split, and he excels on split pushers. He's been dominant in the laning phase, and he also split pushes very well on the champion, which is something that most Jaces don't do at all. So
sure. I
like the way JD Gaming is positioned. Once again, without the Karma, they're going to have a strong bottom side.
A snowball lane means that we still look towards the support, though. With someone like Luomao, it has been about him rather than Imp. Imp has followed Luomao, so we still don't have a support here for JDG, but we do have one for Invictus Gaming. Baolan picks Game 5, Nautilus.
IG have a very strong kill lane, so the way they're going to reverse the pushing pressure from JD Gaming is by sending Leyan down. However, that is still a very risky proposition for me. I felt like JD Gaming's bot lane has simply outplayed so many times,
True.
and IG, they're going to pick themselves up another guarantee in the top lane.
And Akali.
He was, I believe, 8 kills the last time he picked that up. Dominated the lane against the Mordekaiser coming in from Zoom. But JD Gaming, at least this time, they will have a shot at picking a counter pick.
But Clement, you know what I look at here? I look at, okay, Kiana Ban away from Rookie. I respect that. I also remember that someone like Rookie's also on the Nico hype train. But I'll pause that for now because at least game 5 for Kanavi, we're going all in the early game for JDG.
Yeah, JD Gaming are pushing themselves into a very risky corner. They're pretty much 20 minutes, you get a good lead, or you can go home. That type of a composition.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's always risky to see a game 5 go in there, but sometimes you just have to risk it for the biscuit. It's going to be go big, just go back.
Or go home. That's what it comes down to in a game 5, essentially. Sejuani's the ban as we go into phase 2. It's also the Renekton, Morgana, that follows suit. Remember, we still need that support for Lu Mao. We're going to find out what it is here.
So the Thresh is fine here. Leona, I'm not going to guess because, you know, he just has too big of a champion pool.
You don't have to. There it is.
Okay, we're going to see the Leona locked in. So once again, very strong. If their own jungler comes in as well, they're going to make it very risky for Leyan to go down into the bottom lane. If he's ever counter-ganked, then the Nautilus is instantly dead.
Or at least we can see something then that can be relevant to the longer lane, something that can be relevant to the team fighting that has already been set up by IG. Jarvan hovered, locked in, final pickup, Clement. What do you want to see for most likely Rookie?
So I want to go back into Rookie's champion pool, and I actually really like the Syndra here. I think if you have Syndra and Jarvan, it makes Jace's life very uncomfortable. It's a bit of a throwback pick. I know he hasn't picked it up so far, but whenever things get really, really rough and he's forced to take something out, we have seen him go back into the pick. However, it could still be, he's going for
Safety.
something safe.
Okay. No one likes Corki, but that's fair. It's a safe pickup in game 5. That's what matters here for Invictus Gaming. Now, top lane for Zoom.
Ooh, there's not a lot of good matchups into the Akali. Aatrox is, you know, pretty much tier 1 pick here. You wouldn't really go any further.
Last time we saw Zoom in the top lane, we saw the wing machine. Now, that's irrelevant at this point because Kale sucks. So, what else has wings, Clement?
Aatrox.
Aatrox has some mighty fine wings, and it's going to be up to the Aatrox pick to try and win this out.
Yeah, so what we're seeing right now is JD Gaming having across the board just a ridiculous presence in the early game. Jace is going to be able to win out against the Corki. The Aatrox should have a good time against the Akali, and the bottom lane as well is favored. So they're putting out pressure in multiple points. They can actually get good ganks into the top lane as well. JD Gaming have a lot of different outs. For IG, they're looking for a game plan that they might not be that familiar with. Taking it past the 30-minute mark, going into the later phases of the game and playing a 1-3-1.
That's what this comes down to. I like that we have a very simple win condition when you look at it from the outside in. That if this goes long, Invictus Gaming have a composition that JDG will not be able to stand up to.
Yeah, if you think about the just the side lane potential, the Akali has a very easy time against the Aatrox just with their build, the sustain that will be coming in. However, for JD Gaming, we've seen games where they actually fall behind and still come back on this composition.
True.
They are extremely tenacious on this comp, and this is what I love about JD. They really build compositions unique to their own team. They know how to play them inside out better than anyone else. If you see these 5 champions on the Rift, you know that it's a JD Gaming game.
But we're looking at these two for a reason. Imp and Lu Mao have been the heart of this series. While Kanavi has played out of his right mind, the bottom lane of JDG has stepped up. I look at Invictus Gaming, and I look at TheShy, I look at Leyan. The top side of the map versus the bottom side. Invictus Gaming versus JDG. It comes down to this one moment where one team will not be going to Worlds, which could be Invictus Gaming, unable to defend their world title. Or JDG once again, making another miracle run. We have scrapes to send you into the game 5, where it comes down to this. Who will be moving on to top esports? The question of whether Invictus Gaming can defend their world title. They can't get first seed, they can't get second seed. They've only got the regional gauntlet left. And JDG in their path, who had a stellar game number 4. We go into game 5, Clement. And we're going to start with the runes.
So much is riding on IG's shoulders right here, because when I interviewed them at MSI, they were speaking about starting a dynasty. They were speaking about replacing EDG in kind of that role as the familiar face of the LPL. And if they want to continue on that trajectory, it all has to come down to this one game.
Well, in a game 5, you look across the board and you don't really see anything different. But I will say this time around, we have junglers starting on their side. Leyan with a blue buff start, red side start here for Kanavi, which means both these junglers will be working their way down to this bottom lane.
Yep, and it's going to be very explosive. Both of these supports pack plenty of crowd control. We're going to see a short trade being bursted out here, just using the level 2 threat to force JD Gaming's bot side away.
Of course, no damage with the aftershock on Leona or the Nautilus. Early tanking.
And we're looking at Rookie's runes right now. He is going to be very defensive, going with the Kleptomancy here. He knows he can't really contest the Jace earlier on, so just a very safe build incoming. And I think most of it does come down to how Kanavi can play the early game. You think about it, at least if she's pretty much feast or famine. So if she does well here, she could snowball the bot lane very heavily and lead into that Luma roaming the map win condition.
That's true. If you look at the pathing, though, you can see Elise still up onto the Wolves, moving to blue now. While for Leyan, he's at Krugs, going to be backing early on. Kanavi, bonus, of course, is you do have a bit of that life steal, bit of the sustain in the jungle for Kanavi. So see if he can make his way down early through the warding.
Yep, and Zoom has been playing super respectful in the top side here. He doesn't really know about the jungle pathing. This time, JD Gaming did not get a level 1 invade going, so has ceded the lane pressure over to TheShy, and TheShy's going to have some good CS wards set up for that.
Again, Clement, again, we got TheShy on Akali. I mean, this is dangerous. Zoom suffered in that lane before. If TheShy can do it again, he'll run away with this game.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. Whenever TheShy gets a power pick into the top lane, he really has been the defining player for IG. You know, people talk about JakeyLove coming in and being that hype ADC. 2018 was also the first year that TheShy took over the starting role from Duke as well. So, you know, really new developments, but they're here to last. They're here to build more than just one championship.
There's a reason why TheShy is still in, why Duke hasn't played in this series. That's a good drawback, but won't mean too much for Zoom. Same one, Zoom has stayed in the series as well. He's had some pretty good games himself, so both top laners hitting their marks in their individual games. And when it comes down to this, Zoom at the moment pushed back in his lane. Akali has a bit of a lead, but actually throughout all the lanes, I don't see too much apart from JakeyLove 5 CS up.
Yep, IG has been able to hold their own quite well, but I'm looking at the bot side right now. Yagao has already gained lane priority, and he should be able to link up with Kanavi on this one. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto the bot lane, and they will look to equalize that CS lead.
Making the first move, Yagao level 5, Kanavi 4. Leyan does pick up the big chicken and moves down himself, but JDG first on the chase is going to be about how Leyan can stop this happening.
Yeah, I wonder if the Aftershock is still up for Luma. IG are trying to push the wave as hard as they possibly can, but in comes the damage.
The Shock Blast connects as well. Lucian straight under the turret. JDG, Ignite down, First Blood's there. They look for Baolan, the double shot doesn't come through. A lot of flashes burn, but that's another kill going over as Repel comes down. IG have no trade.
IG were slow to the play. Leyan had to take the long route around, and there was a very good initiation onto Luma. He flashes instantly, gets what he needs from the bot lane. It was chained up well with the cocoon, and JD Gaming get their game plan rolling.
They open up game 5 with 2 big hits, a 1k gold lead, and when you said feast or famine for the Elise, this game, Kanavi's going to be feasting.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 kills right onto his pockets. And let's watch this out. Luma goes in. Wow. Zenith Blade doesn't even need to flash for that one. The double lands, and that was just JakeyLove instantly dead. Nothing he could do about the CC chain. They even burned a teleport from Rookie.
Yeah.
Oof. Going from bad to worse for IG.
Yagao hitting that opening Shock Blast meant so much. Half the health of the Kai'Sa in the bottom lane. And suddenly, okay, Rookie maybe 10 CS ahead, but like I mentioned, the Elise is huge, and now we have to watch Kanavi with bated breath.
Yeah, it was a very telegraphed play coming in from JD Gaming. You could see IG trying their damn hardest to push the wave out. There is a cleanse onto JakeyLove, but even with all of that, still unable to survive just the power spike coming in from JD.
You know, we talk about JDG's early game. I know in game 1, that was about a year ago, Clement, where you said that JDG's early game was the issue, and it was in the past.
It was.
But they have shored up a lot of their early game weakness here in this series.
And I think a lot of it does come down to Kanavi. I feel like Kanavi is a much more stable jungler.
Yep.
If you look at the way he plays the game, he typically does have gold and experience leads at 15, while Flawless is hyper feast or famine.
Yeah.
If Flawless doesn't work, he basically drags your early game down as well. So it's just the set plays, it's just the players finally maturing a little bit, and JD Gaming are on the right track.
With Kanavi, you can lean on him. Flawless, if you lean on Flawless, he falls over. That's the difference,
Yeah,
right?
I have to say that's pretty accurate.
The comfortability here with Kanavi, who has actually just moved back towards the bottom side. Now, he was looking towards bot, trying to make his entrance, but Imp and Luomao have started pushing out that lane. They've clawed back some of the CS advantage that JakeyLove accrued earlier on. And moments like this where they're able to push him out, now starting to look better.
And JD Gaming can repeat the previous play that they did. If you look at the top side, there are no teleports whatsoever. JD Gaming will make this red buff jungle a battlefield for IG. I don't think they take this buff.
Just clear out the ward first, though. That's what I feel like needs to be done here. They're going to do it in full vision. Kanavi doesn't care too much, but maybe he should. Smite's going to go down anyway. It's going to expire. Okay, that is that. As Kanavi going to start up Dragon in full vision as well.
Yeah, it's just all down to TheShy to save this situation now. The bot side, I don't think they really have a say in what's going on here.
Because Leyan's going to get spotted here as well. So bottom lane with the freeze rather. That is so annoying for JakeyLove and Baolan. They have to watch as an Ocean Dragon goes over to the already snowballing JDG.
It's a really smart play. JD Gaming's bot lane, they were sitting on a level 6 advantage over JakeyLove, and they just forced them to stay in position. This is going to be great for especially the top lane. Usually in Aatrox versus Akali trades, the Akali does have to stay around a while longer, so the trades are not going to be that frequent. And Zoom's going to be able to heal up, play perfectly safe on that weak side.
Remember what we said last game where the top laner was getting bullied in, you get that Ocean, and suddenly the lane matchup changes. The sustainability, the ability to stay alive is just that much easier, and Zoom isn't doing too bad anyway.
Yep, everything is going to be a little bit rosier, but Yagao does take a very bad path back to his own
Ocean
tower.
Dragon's not going to recover that one, so that was good trading there from Rookie, who is actually winning his lane out by about 20 CS, has package available as well, but just going to use that to retreat while Leyan goes for the invade.
Yeah, nice move right there. Forces the jungle to show himself. Let's see who wins the smite battle.
Oh, he does. So nicely done by Leyan while we look at engage bottom lane. JakeyLove in trouble on 2v2, goes into Killer Instinct. Here comes the depth charge on top of him. He's out of vision, but it doesn't matter. The damage is there. IG turn it right back around, and now for Luomao. He wants JakeyLove, but rather he just wants to find some safety back to his base. Zenith Blade will come through. It's the Eclipse that comes through as well, but JakeyLove finds it. And now suddenly, IG are right back in this.
Remember, we're talking about strong bottom lanes. That's the performance I expected from JakeyLove. The difference there was that Imp can't flash the ultimate, while JakeyLove could. He dodges out of the ultimate from Leona, goes straight onto Lucian, and then finishes his trade. This was started by Luomao himself. He found the level 6 burst. He found JakeyLove. You thought that this was going to be a winning trade for them, but watch JakeyLove as he flashes over, and Imp can't do anything about it. He cannot do the same with a death charge.
The cleanse first, the flash held. And JakeyLove, although he almost died just to the nature of the Leona damage, IG follow through. They pick up a kill each.
Leona just doesn't do enough damage when her AD carry's dead, because you can't proc your own sunlight.
That's true. So now for the bottom lane, it's a bit precarious. Baolan fishing for a hook there. But they can start moving with the rest of Invictus Gaming. They now have a window to play through.
We've seen this so many times throughout the split. This was pretty bad split for JD Gaming, for IG. But wait a minute.
Hang on, re-engage this time. Baolan caught out. Cocoon lands as well. Kanavi comes in. Baolan is golden, but there is not enough time in the world. Culling to come through and secure the kill.
Yeah, it was too close to the wall. There was no chance for JakeyLove to actually block the shots for him.
Oh. Kanavi.
What?
Flash Cocoon. He wants to take a solar flare. This time he can't flash away. Repel up in the air. I think he wants it. Zenith Blade goes through. Luomao secures the kill for Kanavi.
It, though?
Locked in the Cataclysm. JDG wanted blood, but not the blood they expected.
Yagao, I don't think he was spotted. Leyan,
Well,
what are you doing? Get out.
coming in, hammers to the sky, but Yagao just needs to leave now. all in all, IG will take that trade.
And they do force the rotations from IG across the map. You see Akali leaving her lane as well to join in onto that one. But overall, it was actually an even kill trade happening here.
But Clement, what just happened?
That was, I want to kill JakeyLove. I want to knock him down a peg, take him out of his comfort zone.
And meanwhile, Rookie's like, okay, I'll take that. No worries whatsoever. We'll get a replay because it was Baolan that it started with, and Kanavi wanted to take it further.
Yeah, the early play was pretty good. I think Baolan actually should have backed off and took the long route around here. Very good ultimate coming in from Imp as well. And you think to yourself, this is probably it. They're probably going to go back after this one. But Kanavi was coming in for the kill. JakeyLove, great stun early on. But
hang on. Top lane now. TheShy Shock Blast is taken. Yagao should be able to jump on here, but perfect execution has been used. TheShy pop back with Electrocute. JDG are moving everyone up here, but IG are too.
Yeah, TheShy no ultimate, though. I don't think they win this one if IG want to full engage here.
Flag and drag, dodge away by the repel. Good hit up there from Zoom as TheShy has the level advantage, but no ultimate anymore. Lumel, okay, then played, let's keep going. Kanavi here, burnt down a little bit. Rookie joins the fight. Imp's here as well on the backline. JDG win this because it's just so far-fetched from IG. JakeyLove ults to get out. Culling comes through. Rookie flashes. And this game has turned into one of the messiest game 5s I've seen.
I don't know what IG were trying to do there. TheShy is your strongest person on the map. He has just expended his ultimate. All of his damage is gone. And you don't even land the EQ on Kanavi. So that was just bizarre for me. I don't think IG had that much of an advantage coming out of that brush.
At least now we're back to even gold. But for JDG, they pick up the Rift Herald off the back of that play. They have an Infernal spawning. There's the ability to crawl ahead in gold once again and play off your 2-1-3 Lucian as package is going to come through, but Lumel's just like, okay, hello. It's a 1 versus 3, or 2 versus 3 rather, but Hook's not going to connect.
Yeah, good dodges from all of them, but at least IG do prevent the Herald from being used directly on the mid lane tower. And this is going to be an Infernal Drake that most likely will be going over to Rookie.
You know what, though? JDG want to challenge this. Lumel's walking into picks for brush. Center plate won't connect. Baolan's called out first. The Dragon goes over to IG, but Lumel is persistent on taking the fight. Heals there. Cataclysm on 2. Flag and drag onto Yagao in the mid lane. They turn on him, though. Lumel survives in the end while Zoom takes on Rookie in TheShy. Kanavi joins him. Imp's there as well, but in the Shroud, TheShy has access to everybody. Invictus Gaming send it right back. TheShy lives, turns back in, and Invictus Gaming leave it up to the top and mid lane.
They get a wipe right here in the Infernal Dragon Pit. Only 2 members go down, and that was all TheShy all the time. He finds his way to the back line, dances away from Zoom as he tries to close in with the World Ender, and they are back.
You know what my papa used to tell me, Clement? Don't fight in the Akali Shroud, because you will get messed up. And IG did exactly that.
Your papa is a sage, Hysterics, because he's absolutely right. I'm not sure what JD Gaming were trying right here. They were already beat on the play, and with TheShy going straight for your back line, this honestly looks like to me that Zoom went in a little bit too far. He was trying to chase Rookie off, but Rookie had Valkyrie. Just over the wall he goes, and he's completely safe. And the entire team is lost here.
That was a fight for Rookie and TheShy. This game has suddenly swung back with Infernal now picked up with a 2K gold lead with Invictus Gaming having their Kai'Sa online, their Corki online. The Akali was already ahead. And these 3 carries are about to dominate JDG, and Lumel's caught out. He was going for a roam. IG turn it back around. The Soul Flare's there.
You really want to come in here?
Well, teleport's there. You're going to get World Ender. Maybe he does, Clement. IG lose their support. And just like that, we're back on a whim.
Yeah, very close fights. You see everyone converging on this point. This is what I love about IG versus JD Gaming. They're not going to let anything be unanswered.
Cataclysm, let's go again, Leyan. Oh no, TheShy jumps back on in as Lumel gets burnt down. Stop it. Yagao just needs to leave as well, but Akali finds all the way through the fight. JDG take him on. I can't do this in a game 5. The flash from Zoom. It's outplay after outplay. It's mistake after mistake. It's 1v1 after 1v1, and Rookie will take it again. He's dead, but at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, that was messy as hell, and I feel like IG overplayed their hands.
What the hell is this?
They thought they had TheShy Akali. It's like, we got TheShy. We're going to win this one. It was super hype from that fight, but Leyan goes and dies instantly, and then they try to chase up that ramp that JD Gaming have a perfect concave over. I just don't understand that teamfight decision.
Well, I tell you what.
It's fun.
Fun's a word for it, but when I've been casting all series long and we get to a 25 kill, 16-minute game 5, I'm going, everyone needs to settle down and maybe just take a minute of breath.
Taking a breather is a
go.
very good
This is
suggestion right here. So the start of the fight was a bit weird. As you can see, Leyan go in. He's actually rushing into 3 people. Jace blocks out JakeyLove, and he's instantly dead. Then here comes the big mistake. I don't think IG, there's ever a world where IG actually chases up the ramp right here. It's like perfect coverage for JD Gaming. Like, they bait the Akali in, and this play from Zoom was very, very hype. He uses the Deathbringer stance that does give you extra 50 attack range to nail down the auto-targeting right there, and it means that even after the flash, the damage still goes through.
At least we take away one moment. We're back. We've had the minute, and teams grouping up again. Look at the vision. That's what the fighting is around at the moment. Dragon's going to be up in a minute. Baron spawning in about 3. And that from Kanavi is looking for more. Rookie is fed as anything at this point. And he half healthy at least walking out. That's a 2-item Corki at 17 minutes.
Throughout all of this, we can say that IG has found a steady platform for their scaling comp.
Oh, hang on, there's kill threat here. TheShy has ultimate available. Onto Zoom, he now finds himself. Perfect executions there. World Ender. He flips back. Doesn't even need to use the ulti.
I remember the full map flip that we saw from Wonder earlier, and I just want to see some of that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Be really cool.
That was cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That was one of a kind.
I was like, did he teleport?
You forget when you look at Shuriken Flip and Akali, it says, like, it doesn't say anything about range. It says throw range, but not about map range, you know?
Very true, very true.
You learn something every day, and Wonder taught us that one, so.
JD Gaming are looking for another fight. IG, honestly, they're not going to back down. IG 100% will take the fight. They were like, okay, you want to fight? Let's do it, boys. But if JD Gaming actually get the fight here, I think it's more into their advantage because they actually have a chance to get back into the game. They are the ones that need to push the tempo.
As you were mentioning, it's about time here for IG. Oh, sorry, for JDG, rather. Fighting over Vision once again. It's now around the Mountain Dragon that has spawned that IG have priority over. But for JDG, trying to position and path in.
Yep, Rookie is holding down the fort so damn well, and JD Gaming are actually forced off here. They can't take the withering damage from the Hextech ammunition coming in.
But they have priority in the mid lane, Clement. JDG are pushing it down, turret will fall. So they get a trade-off at the very least, heading up Baron way.
Fiona can't escape.
But Rookie has package as well. Invictus Gaming want to take this fight, and Baolan was moments away from landing.
Oh, that was so damn close. If Rookie actually got another rocket onto Lumal, he would have lost his Moby boots, and that would mean he's dead meat. Like, they could actually chase up to that one. That was so damn close.
Okay. The Jace damage really hurts 2 members in particular. Because one, you're never hitting TheShy, but it's Rookie and JakeyLove. Getting hit with the Shock Blast is a great start of the fight here for JDG. They're still searching, as you mentioned there before. They have a small gold advantage, but looking for Rookie.
Oh.
Great Valkyrie.
Yep, Ultimate also went down, so IG can play a lot more, you know, a forward against what JD Gaming can offer right now.
You know what I'm happy about?
What are you happy
that
about?
we've settled down just for once. You know, you don't play Silver Scrapes because you think this is going to happen. You think, oh my god, it's going to be one team fight. It's going to be FLICKR Shockwave, you know what I mean?
I get you. I think IG were the one that kind of dialed it down. They realized, wait a minute, we're actually winning this game.
We don't have to do this. No, Clement! What did you say? Repel's going to come up for Cataclysm. That's an ulti and a flash burnt by Leyan, but with the jungler that low and Baron up, IG, what's the call?
It's getting so damn risky for JD Gaming. In terms of raw strength, if TheShy ever gets into the backline, there's not much that JD Gaming can do. JD Gaming's best hope is they insta-wipe a member on the team. They have to use that CC chain to just kill someone in the front line and move on from targets on that.
It's definitely possible at this point. You have the 2 lethality item. Jayce's been sitting on that for a while now. Blade of the Ruin King and the Essence Reaper picked up here by Imp. Morellonomicon actually picked up here by Kanavi as his first item out of the jungle path. Morellonomic, what's that item? Mortius, excuse me, onto Zoom. So
This is a pretty crappy job that JD Gaming has done clearing out their own vision.
At least you're honest.
I know.
So tell me why. What's wrong?
Well, it's obvious that TheShy is going to get a flank in this situation, and IG have been baiting for Baron in the next the past couple of minutes. To do a job like that, where you don't sweep the two most important warding points on the map, it just feels lousy for JD Gaming. I don't want to see them lose off of this.
Okay. But at least it's come down to a point where in the next 5 minutes, we know we're going to get that penultimate fight that should be able to give the gold lead, that should be able to secure the Game 5 window. IG looking for the invade here, all towards the red buff. The Shock Blast does come through, but it's not enough damage at this point. JDG pushing out. And the vision secured by Invictus Gaming is an important note.
And still, they don't have that Raptor ward cleared out, so this is going to mean that TheShy gets a free buy here. There's no pressure. He can come in on the teleport, come in on the flank. And what are JD Gaming doing? This is
We're A-ramming, aren't we?
it's such a weird...
Is this North America? What's going on?
I'm pretty sure IG wins the ARAM with poke, though.
Yeah, I agree. Side lane's untouched at this point. It's slowly pushing. Rookie just has so much poke now with his BF sword. The engage is there from Leyan. It's going to be IG backing away. Solar Flare doesn't really connect. The re-engage from Baolan doesn't either, but TheShy flies on in. Finds Lumao and Yagao poking them away. They can't move through. That execution! The Ignite will come through, but Imp can't find him in the end. TheShy survives while Zoom dies to him. This time, it's JDG getting pummeled. Rookie runs forward. Lumao's low. Yagao's low. Sniped on out by JakeyLove. TheShy started it, and IG did the rest.
TheShy goes in first, 1v4, comes out alive at the end, and is still able to push a top lane tower. I just don't know what JD Gaming are doing. They're fishing so damn hard for a final pick, but once again, Rookie with the Valkyrie evades it. They don't get that first snipe, and everything falls to IG afterwards.
TheShy was Mary Poppins, and right now, he is flying through the side of JDG. In a game fight, this man should not be given a Kali.
TheShy is imposing his will on the game. There has been so many moments this split where you feel IG are going to lose, and TheShy steps up and says, no, you're not getting past me. I am the ender of your dreams.
What did I say about that fight, Clement? The fight that would lead the gold, and IG took it whole-handedly.
Yeah, JD Gaming, they were walking into a pit that they were trying to look for something. They were basically fishing, but look, as this ultimate goes down, TheShy knows that he wants to keep members in the fight. He goes in, gets so much damage on the front line, instantly kills Kanavi, and then he drags Imp out of a damage-dealing position, forces him to go back and chase after targets he can't find, and they clean it up.
This is my favorite part that we missed, which was the snipe, but it was Yagao who, yeah, he teleported in. There are a lot of questions right now for JDG. IG are playing well, but JDG running around like headless chickens in their tournament life, in their summer life, in their world's opportunity.
It's just desperation sinking in. They know they have an early game composition, and the Colonel knows it as well. 84% win chance to IG. Here we go.
Looks like good chicken here for TheShy. They jump on in immediately. JakeyLove takes the first. The second goes over to him as well. Zooms late to the party. They'll just give it all as IG run on in. They say, hey, it doesn't matter. Quadra, give it all.
It's the penta.
Yes, you know he gets the penta kill. And that'll be all she wrote.
JakeyLove has been known for never securing a pentakill because his teammates takes all of those. But this time, the game that matters most, he finally finds it.
Smiles on his face. IG are not out of it. Their world run is not over. They get one more chance against Top Esports to defend their title. One more chance as they go to the regional gauntlet.
IG showcase why they are here, why they are such a deadly team. It doesn't matter about the early game blunders. They have the best players. That is it. TheShy, Rookie, you go down the roster, JakeyLove finishing a penta. Their carries are just indomitable.
And they said IG would not be at Worlds. Well, we have tomorrow to find out as they go up against Top Esports for one final opportunity for third seed. And that was a brilliant Game 5 where they took charge.
Yeah, Bent. Now we're seeing the handshakes being delivered to JD Gaming. A great recovery on the back end of the split. You know, falling all the way to 10th place. They finally are able to make it to this point. But this is where the road ends. From now on, it will be between IG and top esports between Rookie and Knight, between TheShy and 369 to see who finally gets that final representation.
I mean, these guys are like, hey, when can we bow? The crowd, they're out in support for IG today, and I tell you what, new jungler Leyan, that man, that wasn't TheShy, was it? Was that TheShy in his cosplay, Clement?
I think it could
Hang
be.
on,
It's really
was
hard
that
to tell with
TheShy in his cosplay? I don't know. But I tell you what, much like TheShy, that was a beautiful series to watch.
Yeah, that was a series full of action. It was a lot of times coming down to the mechanics that decided who was going to come out ahead in a very short series for a Game 5 BO. You look at this game, 25 minutes a game. Whenever someone has had a definitive lead, they've been willing to just push it, pedal to the metal, and just finish the game.
All right, Clement. There's so much to break down here. I know you and I are only going to do a partial amount. Rookie had a much better game that time around. I'm glad we could see him succeed towards the end of that series. JakeyLove got his pentakill, you mentioned.
Finally!
I mean, that was a surprise. I thought, well, this is all over, but JakeyLove's cleaning them all up.
To finish that pentakill and finish on this note must mean a huge thing for JakeyLove because he has been the only constant factor throughout IG in this entire summer split.
Yeah.
Top and jungle were nowhere to be seen. Rookie didn't come back into the roster super late, so I'm glad to see JakeyLove finally pay off. He had a great AD performance in the last game, despite how his early game lead came up.
Sure.
And I really think it was the 2v2 kill that they secured early that really was the comeback.
Because that was the messiest game of League of Legends in playoffs that I've seen in a very long time. But TheShy through the last fight was a very big deal.
Oh boy, TheShy is coming for Worlds. He's not going to let his legacy rest on just one championship.
That's right.
He's looking at multiples.
He gets a chance to prove it against top esports. They're not out of the woods yet, but they're one step closer to returning to Worlds. However, to break down that series that went all the way and that finished off very massively, we're going to throw over to BP back on the desk.
Thank you very much, Hysterics. Game 5, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't clean, but they're not out yet. IG comeback, Game 5, 3-2. I still have a lot of confidence in TheShy, but apart from that, it's good to see them still have a bit of life in them.
Yeah, I mean...
They didn't seem that happy about winning this game, though.
I was going to say, if you won it in
about winning the series, like, they still feel like, I don't know, they should be that much better, or do that much better at least. Like, they're not...
I just say my big
super
thing
convinced.
is just like being able to take your wins when you can. Being happy of just focusing on what is, that next series up ahead. I'm really confident. Oh, no, I can't say that anymore.
I was just about to say, I was like, hang on now.
I actually can't
Who
even say that
decided,
word.
who predicted JDG would win Game 5? And who predicted IG would win Game 4? And then who predicted? You haven't had the best of luck today, my friend. Actually, this weekend has not been good for you.
We haven't done a production graphic, so if someone has that stream muted,
No
thank
idea.
God.
They had
Thank
no
God.
idea.
You have the exact amount of information required at this stage.
Just you confidently showing your arms.
Holy moly. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. This has been an insane series for me. And a lot of the times that back and forth, that focus on just raw team fighting, it can be really, like, the mentality behind it, either you lose based off of it or you win based off of the back and forth. You never really feel clean after that. But I would say you have to feel happy for two players, JakeyLove and Rookie. JakeyLove because, yeah, sure, he got his pentakill, which is incredible. But he had been playing, as Clement had mentioned, super well throughout the series. And Rookie, who had his best game of the series. Throughout this series, he's actually been performing poorly. It had been Yagao's karma the entire series that has been far better. And so the fact that he's able to come in this game had a much more, a larger contribution.
They pressed the ban key.
There we go.
They did
There
what
we go.
you wanted them to ban it. You wanted them to ban it. They banned it, and of course that seemed to be the key to unlocking the win for IG. But for JDG, they played fought valiantly. It was definitely a much closer series than a lot of people thought it would be.
I'm sure they're really sad because they got this dive of bots.
Yes.
And then they get 2v2 killed, and this was like the turning point in the bot lane.
Yeah.
I
That
feel
feels
like
really bad.
if this 2v2 kill did not happen, it we might have seen a different game, honestly.
The entire composition JD had was super focused on early game skirmishes too.
Yeah, they had to keep on snowballing, but them dropping this lead in the 2v2 bot. Oh, we have a replay of that.
Yeah, the
as well.
flash too, so they just doubled down on the
Yeah.
ignited Lucian.
Yeah.
That feels awful.
I didn't like the Leona this game at all. Like,
You haven't liked Leona at all this series.
I mean, I'm just not a big fan of the champion overall. Especially, like, you could see a lot of the time, like, Akali was just flying in. And if you have any champion that can help with that, let's say, per se, like, a Nautilus or anything like that, as long as Nautilus is holding into this key, for example, Akali cannot go in, right? What is Leona gonna do when Akali have E on Lucian and can press E again and then look to R, look to W and play with them? Like, Leona just cannot do anything with that. He's just running around. We saw in the past game that TheShy played Akali as well and popped off. He just couldn't do much either. Like, he was just in the shroud and there's nothing to do.
There was a fun fight actually in the mid lane, one of the many, so, you know, apologies if you don't remember the specific one. But the moment where, you know, the Akali found the way all the way into the fight, puts down Shroud, waits a long enough time. This is not it, as I would say, but like, and then still found the assassination on Kanavi because he really couldn't do anything about the Akali the moment the Shroud was placed. So this was a great team fight performance coming in from TheShy as a whole, and then the backline was already strong. So the damage that was done by TheShy was then carried over by specifically Kai'Sa, then Corki came in later. That was a good example of a, you know, back and forth situation where JDG were able to handle it and cordon off fights. If the Akali misplayed, then it's all over easily. You can use your front line to walk up and then take the fight as JD. But more often than not, it was Akali able to thrive under those circumstances.
I think as well, like, just referencing that one fight, it is Game 5. It is the last game of the series. You can tunnel vision onto this thing of, like, we need to kill this person. We talked about it. We were literally saying, oh no, they're getting baited underneath the turret as the Akali was into the Shroud. Those emotions, unfortunately, you can only get them when you're in these situations. You can only deal with them afterwards in retrospect, and you can only learn from them, unfortunately, when it happens to you.
And I'm going to you go first, actually.
I was gonna say, I feel like JDG got better over the series, and they realized in the last few games where they had to play, and then they played towards bot side. You could see like their mid laner looking to one of bot. Like, he just haven't dropped the wave completely to like get this dive, for example, and dropped like to 20 CS behind or something like this. So Rookie played well the last game, but it was mostly due to Jace trying to drop his lane sort of to help bottom lane. So just it felt like just bot lane just dropped the ball in this last one.
Yeah, and I think as a whole, just as a send-off to JD, that this is the best we've seen JD from the summer split. With all the trials and tribulations in spring split, sure, they made that miracle run, but they were a series away during the spring regular season of just not being in playoffs. That's how close it was. They got in playoffs. They didn't. No one expected them to take down the first series. Then they went up against WE because WE looked incredible. They took them down, took down RNG, took down like FPX too. They had a dominant playoff run. They just looked super good during best of 5 because they can evolve. The only problem was you just couldn't evolve enough. There were so many issues that were there in the roster that you're still dealing with far more talented players, while at the same time trying to play your style. And so while we were talking about the draft, certainly an issue, also just they had to learn during the series how to group together and just work as a team to utilize their early advantages, which is, I think, far too late in the game to be learning those lessons.
I think as well, you know, as I said, it's great to see this from JDG.
Yes.
It was a fantastic effort from them, and they can, to a certain extent, hold their heads up high. Unfortunately, they do fall to IG for a second time in 2 splits, basically, within, you know, a knockout situation, which can be a bit of a feels bad, man. But it definitely looks positive towards JDG. If they just fix that, you know, kind of regular season going into 2020, I think they could be one of the big powerhouses for LPL.
Yeah, coaching staff is strong. Also, another big benefit is that they have a larger team. They still have Morgan, who's, you know, an incredibly talented top laner. But of course, then what are you saying? You're not going to be using Zoom. So those are the discussions that they're going to be having during the offseason. Jungle's position, I think Xiaohan will make a return. So just based off of recalibrating what their roster will look like next split, I think they're in a great position. So hats off for them for what was a pretty damn inspiring year.
And we have got the MVP now. It is going to be
Kaisa.
anybody. Yeah,
Kaisa.
Kaisa is the champ.
Throw the
is
Kaisa up there. Yeah.
Man of the match, 10 kills, of course.
Top right.
That pentakill as well. I think Kaisa's the MVP of the entire weekend.
Yes.
100% presence on picks and bans.
I'm really impatient to see tomorrow what's gonna happen as well.
We just need more Kaisa. We have one more best of 5 tomorrow. And the pick rate on this champion, because she can apparently assassinate. I mean, we always knew what the kit had in store. The only problem is I look towards the bot side and say a lot of it comes down to the support difference. Where you pick the Lucian to deal with the matchup, but then it's Baolan who's able to play insanely well during that lane. Actually was able to come back in that 2v2 as we had mentioned, and then set him up to succeed in team fights.
It was for sure great for them to recognize it, that they could actually go for this 2v2
Yes.
at this point in the game. Yeah.
I think that something that's never going to be questioned is the ability and the knowledge of these players. They know when they can go in for fights, and we've seen it throughout the year, last year and this year, that they can find those moments. Today, TheShy, multiple times getting solo kills, just knowing his boundaries. Again, similar to the 2v2, knowing their limits, knowing their boundaries. This is the IG we love, and it's also why we're so frustrated when they lose, because we know they're better than when they, actually show up sometimes.
Yep. But the problem is now you're going up against a team that never had those issues with their roster. I know a lot of people will look back onto maybe after Rift Rivals, but the reason why there were sometimes they weren't running XX, and I'm talking about top esports, was, if one person was sick or if Ben had a visa issue. But primarily they have always wanted to run 369, Knight, XX. Like, this is the 5-man roster that has worked together throughout the entire year, and I feel pretty oh no.
No.
Not again.
I think we really do need to ban you from this, because I think a lot of fans are going to be very salty at you if you start saying you feel confident in their team. I'm going to save you, Rat. I'm doing it for you.
I like how you stop yourself every time.
I'm
you
going to
realize it.
I am
as soon-
absolutely refraining myself from making a prediction. I'm not going to, no matter how many people ask in social media or whatever, I ain't saying shit. That's it. I don't care.
I think the fans of all the fans worldwide will appreciate it in the long run. But let's have a look now towards tomorrow, towards that final gauntlet game. It is a do-or-die situation for both these teams. This is something that, both sides want. We have the situation now where either Knight goes to Worlds or Rookie goes to Worlds. You cannot have both.
Who do you think is going to take it, Soaz?
That's prediction by association. I won't have it.
Yeah. Honestly, IG didn't look that promising today, even though it didn't feel like they necessarily got better. They're slightly better than JDG.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to give it to Big Boy Knight, I guess.
Yeah,
Big
there we go.
boy Knight.
There we go. Mr. Senior MVP of the Summer Split Knight.
Yep.
I love the current narrative about Knight, by the way. Every single time the team does well, like, you send praises towards them. Every single time they do poorly, there's the whole TESM chanting, and then everyone's calling it Knight and forward. 369 and XX are great players. The problem is very spotty. If you didn't see the third place match, what you saw, or at least like what you should have seen, was the fact that it was, a full team effort, that they all looked better around Knight, sure. But I have a lot. I'm saying.
You're not saying anything. I'm going to stop you right there.
I love those players. Those players are good.
You can
they are
love
good
them.
players. Give them respect. That's all I'm going to say.
You can love them.
Yep.
We will have to wait and
That's all I
see
got.
exactly how that series is going to unfold. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for on this desk. They are still doing some mad celebrations behind us. There is a lot of things going on. There's so many things to do. But for us on the desk, I want to thank Raz. I want to thank Soaz for today. I want to thank our fantastic casters. I want to thank our fantastic production team. And until tomorrow, we will wait until we see IG versus TES. No predictions. Goodbye and see you later.